It's Tuesday, December 17th, 2012. I'm greeting you from my dorm room. It is the second day of classes in the second semester and I am enjoying them. I just got done with classic Pilates, and although we did not do Pilates, we talked about doing Pilates. It's definitely a lot more theory-based and all-encompassing about Pilates and history and body than just working out, which will be fine. My chemistry lab professor sounds a lot like Kermit the Frog, trying not to sound like Kermit the Frog, but still sounding like Kermit the Frog. He's really cool though. My chemistry professor is the kind of guy who swears, maybe because he's trying to be cool, I'm not sure yet. It might be a good class, and he might just be incredibly irritating. The chemistry classroom is in the physics building, which is kind of weird because there's a chemistry building, and there's no like periodic table of the elements or anything that like is conducive to chemistry in the room, so the professor's really pissed about that. My biology class is huge. The professor seems really sweet. And when I say huge, I mean huge for my little liberal arts school. It's about 50 people. I mean, I know some mega classes are like more than 1,000 in a class. That would be half the school here. My ethics, justice, and society professor is interesting. He's the dean of the college. I don't know if he's kind of like testing us and acting weird on purpose, but he's really vocal about how much he dislikes the government in such a way that like it seems like he wants us to speak out against what he's saying. I'm gonna kind of lie low and see what happens in that class, because, and not that I'm like government control all the way, but he talks about how he'd like to just be able to have a gun and get prescription drugs whenever he wants and not wear a helmet ever. And I'm like, yeah, but the only class I have not yet had is my biology lab, and I guess I'll tell you how that goes. I really like being back at school. I'm seeing a lot of really good friends and people who I like a lot, and I really like being at college. There's a new physical education center which looks amazing apparently. I haven't been in it yet because I've just been really busy, but yeah. And I kind of peeked inside the library to see like the whole new, like they fixed it up or something. And it looks nice. It smells really new, and it's all like brushed aluminum and like fancy benches and stuff. It used to be like really 70s and like really 70s furniture. Funny story time. I was in line on Sunday to get some breakfast, and you know that feeling where you get like, oh my god, I'm gonna start coughing and I know I'm not gonna be able to stop coughing. Well, that kind of happened, and I was getting that feeling, so I'm like, I have to get out of this line. And I was really scatterbrained, and like I had this really heavy coat on, and I was like lugging everything around, and I'm like wheezing and coughing like really grossly, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so bad for people around me. They think this is really awkward, and they think I'm gonna like be like spreading this horrible disease, and then like, you know, like then where like the one person's infected, but then they spread it to the whole world because all these people are getting on the plane. Like I'm that girl, you know, like I'm that person who does that. Apparently, that's what I thought they would think. And anyway, so I'm sitting in a cafe, like I didn't buy anything, I'm just like sitting on a table and like hacking and coughing. It was really bad, and like I wasn't crying, but like my eyes kept watering, and like I was completely, I couldn't even see. Like it's weird to describe it, but like my eyes were just like, streaming out so much water I couldn't even keep them open. And then lo and behold, I thought like, oh man, I have such a runny nose, and I like rub my nose really hard and I look and it's like covered in blood, my hand covered in blood, just pretend it is. And so that was really cool. I realized I had this horrible bloody nose and I couldn't stop coughing. So like I'm stumbling around, and like I managed to grab some napkins, and I like put the napkins on my face, and I'm like and like I'm bleeding a lot. Like it's really like, it's not just a little meep, it's a okay. And so eventually I'm like, shit, I have to like calm down enough so I can get into the bathroom and like clean all the blood all over me, which it wasn't actually that bad. I thought it would be a lot worse, but it wasn't. So I like go in the bathroom, and anyway, long story short, I fixed myself up, freaked some people out because there was, you know, blood everywhere, just on my hands really. Stay beautiful and strong. We are POC. Palindromes orangutan quintically? Ding.